presents Asia Marketing Day 2023 Smart Solution Partner Deadlines, and we are here to celebrate the 92nd birthday of marketing guru, Professor Philip Kotler. And we are gathered here in this prestigious event organized by Band Forum Bangladesh and in collaboration with Asian Marketing Federation and Marketing Society of Bangladesh. And of course, the university partner is Daffodil International University. So this program's aims is actually to celebrate the contribution of Professor Philip Kotler in the field of marketing, and as we know, he is the guru of modern marketing. And also, we are here to celebrate how we can integrate the marketing to create the smart nation and a smart citizen. And so, before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the presence of honorable guest and express our extreme gratitude to the participation in this collaboration. Today, we are honored to have 17th National Marketing Association presidents from the different countries, not in our university, since there are other universities also celebrating today's SAGE program. And we also are happy to have them physically in Dhaka, in different universities. And moreover, Professor Philip Kotler will join us through the online at 7 p.m. So today we are honored to happy to have our Professor Dr. M. Lutfur Rahman, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Daffodil International University. We are happy to have Mr. Mahesh Sor, President, Nepalese Marketing Association. We are happy to have Mr. Santosh Shrestha, First President at Advertisement Association of Nepal. And we are also happy to have Mr. Biplav Kumar Rahul, Founder and CEO of eCourier. And of course, our Honorable Dean, Professor Dr. Masum Iqbal, Faculty of Business and Entrepreneurship, Dr. Tanveer Fatin Avir, Associate Professor and Director of CDC, and Dr. Mohammad Shibli Shahriar, Associate Professor, Department of Business Administration. And at this settings, I'd like to invite our Dean, Faculty Professor, Dr. Mohammad Masum Iqbal, to welcome our guest and, of course, our participants. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome Professor Masum Iqbal.
Thank you, Mr. Kamru Jamandida. Thank you very much. We are all here for marketing, right? And marketing is a discipline, and probably it is one of the most dynamic and popular disciplines in business. And I strongly believe that marketing is popular and dynamic. It is because of Philip Kotler, who is called the father of the modern marketing. So it is a very special day for all of us that we are celebrating Asia Marketing Day 2023. At the same time, we are celebrating 92nd birthday of Philip Kotler, again, the father of the nation of the father of modern marketing. So on this occasion, special occasion, we are praying for a long and healthy life of Professor Philip Kotler. And it is my understanding is that, you see, marketing, as I have said, that it is one of the most popular disciplines. And marketing is not a marketing manager's job only. In fact, for the sustainability of any and every company, marketing is everybody's job. Each and every individual working for a particular company must have the understanding of marketing. Without that sense of marketing or understanding of marketing, I tell you that it will be difficult for any and every company or each company to survive and to grow in this competitive, I repeat, in this competitive business world. And Daffodil is one of the finest universities in our country. And this is for kind information about today's guest. I would like to say that Daffodil is one of the finest universities in our country. And in our university, there are 5 faculties. So Faculty of Business Administration, Faculty of Tourism and Hospitality Management, in the Faculty of Business and Entrepreneurship, there are 5 departments. Department of Business Administration, Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Department of Real Estate, Department of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and Department of Business Studies. And marketing as a course are being taught in all the courses. But I tell you that we have not taken marketing as a simple course, and which are taken by most of the universities in many, many countries. And I can tell you about Peter Drucker. And there is a statement of Peter Drucker, and he stated that business has two functions only. And these two functions are innovation and marketing. I repeat, innovation and marketing. And you'll be so happy to know that our university, our beloved university, I mean Daffodil, is only the university in our country which are having labs for innovation and for marketing. So you see, we are taking marketing in a pragmatic way, so that we can give clear understanding to each and every student who are taking marketing as a course, okay, beside marketing as major. And today, we are having some distinguished personalities here on this occasion. As the moderator, Mr. Kamru Chamandidar, has mentioned, we are having His Excellency Professor M. Lutfur Rahman, Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university. We are having some distinguished guests who are all the way from Nepal. Mr. Mohesh Sawat, he is the President of Nepalese Marketing Association. We are having Mr. Shantosh Srestha, who is the former President of Advertising Association of Nepal. We are having Biplab G. Rahul, who is the President and founder, CEO and founder of eCourier. And he is a very old friend of our university. And we are having my good colleagues, two distinguished colleagues of this university. Dr. Tanbir Abir, he is an associate professor and the director of CDC. We are having Dr. Shibli Shahriar, associate professor of business administration. And in front of me, I see Professor Dr. Abul Hussain. He is the head of the Department of Business Studies. I see my good colleagues, Dr. Omar and Afsana Madam, and our today's moderator, Mr. Kamru Chamandidar, and all the lovely students of this university. I would like to welcome you all to this session, especially to Asia Marketing Day and the celebration ceremony of 92nd birthday of Professor Philip Kotler, who is the father of modern marketing. So very, very warm welcome to all of you. As Mr. Kamru Chamandidar has mentioned, the title of our today's panel discussion, and that is how entrepreneurial marketing essence can help shape future smart citizens. Probably we'll know we are all the citizens of Bangladesh. And if I quote Shonar Bangla, right? So if I'm talking about the father of our nation, Bangladesh Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he wanted to build Shonar Bangla. So it is my simple understanding that Shonar Bangla করতে হলে আমাদের সোনার মানুষ লাগবে. So in line with that, I can tell you that it was a decision of our government, and that was taken in 2021. The decision is that our country will be a smart country, smart nation, smart Bangladesh by 2042. By 16 December 2041. If we want to build smart Bangladesh, like Shonar Bangla, it will never ever be automatic to all of us. So I strongly believe that to build a smart country or smart Bangladesh, first of all, each and every citizen of this country will have to be smart. Once we all become smart individuals and smart citizens, automatically we'll have a smart Bangladesh or our beloved smart country. Am I right? Okay. And if I'm talking about marketing, I would like to quote Paul M. Mazur, even though we are celebrating the 92nd anniversary of Professor Philip Kotler. Paul M. Mazur stated that marketing is the deliberate standard of living. And today we are going to discuss about entrepreneurial marketing that shape or that help us to become smart citizens. So it is my belief that marketing automatically influences or help us to be or to become smart citizens. And we need to be smart citizens to become smart, to build our smart Bangladesh. You know, if we want to be smart, or who are the smart citizens? My understanding is that smart citizens are the digital literate individuals who can take the advantage of all the digital devices or digital technology and can make informed decisions for their well-being or to improve the quality of life. As I stated that Paul Mazur has mentioned, marketing is the delivery of the center of living. So I see or I find there is a connectivity between marketing and smart citizen, and ultimately will become smart Bangladesh, right? So from our discussion, from our guest speakers, we'll learn about how marketing or entrepreneurial marketing can help us to become a smart citizen, and ultimately we'll get smart Bangladesh. If I say entrepreneurial marketing, it is very simple. When we are applying, when we are implementing entrepreneurial principles in our marketing decision, right? And according to Philip Kotler, if I tell you that marketing is all about managing successful relationship with customers, in which we are identifying and creating value in with customers. Okay, that is all about marketing. So I'm not taking time. I pay thanks to all the participants, my lovely students who are joining here today, and all the distinguished personalities, including our wonderful vice chancellor, for giving that time and to have a discussion again on this special occasion. And definitely we'll be listening to Professor Philip Kotler. So with these viewers, I'd like to conclude here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for describing the concept of entrepreneurial marketing. And later on, we'll have a session on this issue. So we'll discuss more on how actually entrepreneurial marketing, instigate us to actually to make ourselves as a smart citizen. So at this settings, I'd like to invite our honorable vice chancellor, our guardian of the university, Professor Lutfur Rahman, to say a few words before our audience. Sir.
In the name of Almighty, the loving, the kind. Hello, smart faces of the smart university. There have been a lot of words on smart and a smart Bangladesh. Our very respected guests from abroad, I was told from Nepal and also from Bangladesh. Esteemed colleagues, dear students, a very good evening. Salam, Shubhetsha, Namaskar, Assalamu alaikum. It is a very interesting time now because we have the smart talents sitting in front of us, dear students. So the theme of today's event is Asia Marketing Day, as well as celebration of the 92nd birthday of Professor Philip Kotler, father of modern marketing. So you know this subject, I believe more than me, this is not my subject. You are turning into experts, you dear students, and we have our very strong team from the university. And with us today is Bangladesh Brand Forum. So we also thank them for participating with us to celebrate this auspicious day. So we as a partnering institution, we joined you, the Brand Forum, for this celebration. So the basic role is of this event is marketing. And most of you, I think all of you, are students of marketing. You are all from the Faculty of Business and Entrepreneurship, where we deal very much on marketing. And as we have heard, there are 5 departments of this faculty. All of them, all of you are learning and attending courses on marketing. It's very interesting development in the past few years. You see, this subject, business, etc., was a subject of not of technology, but the situation is totally different now. Business, marketing, entrepreneurship, all are much dependent now on ICT, information and communication technology. And I believe each of you are trained on this field, isn't it? Yes. You have a strong background on ICT. As a matter of fact, without information and communication technology, it is very difficult, not difficult, it is impossible to do anything. And this is the area that you are doing is much more dependent on information and communication technology. You have heard this slogan, that is the aim of our national administration is to turn Bangladesh into a smart Bangladesh. So what is that smart Bangladesh? Well, it is, in a word, it is dependent on ICT. That is your business, your marketing, everything. As you know, banking are now based on ICT. In the bank, we cannot do without ICT. I remember long before, about mid 1990, that is a 95, 6, that time our students were turning into graduation in the subject computer science and engineering in the University of Dhaka. And many of them, I was a teacher there that time, many of them came to me that we are getting appointment in the bank. Should we go there or not? There was a very big confusion as a technologist whether they should go to the bank. Well, I encouraged them. I was working there at that time that go ahead, the future is waiting for you. And many of them did join in the bank, and now they are the top of the bank management. You know better than me who are now the MD, etc., in the banks. Many of them are engineers and scientists because of the influence of ICT. So this marketing, and if you want to be a smart marketing fellow, you will have to learn and apply ICT in the field. Otherwise, you cannot be smart market people. So our team in the university, they are taking care of you, and we have a department, innovation and entrepreneurship. The head is sitting here, and they are doing a lot on innovation, startups, marketing not only in Bangladesh, but international marketing. And who are doing it? They are our dear students. Some of you have started startups where you are selling goods with new ideas, and you are drawing dollar from abroad. And you have, I think, about 20 startups, companies who are operating among the students. And you will be the future of big businesses in the years to come. There is no doubt about it. We normally teach you all sorts of skills, hard skills, soft skills. You know the hard skills and soft skills. I think every one of you know, don't they?
Yes, I do.
They do. So you will have to practice this sort of subjects to train yourself. And also, marketing is now fully digital marketing. That is one of the themes for today's program. So you will have to learn digital technology and apply it in marketing, in business, in all sorts of activities you will do when you come to the marketplace as an officer or an expert. So this is a subject which is changing every day. It's changing fast, fast, fast. And what we are teaching you now through our experts and very competent team. You are learning from them. But this is a subject, is a very dynamic subject. So when you finish this program, how much can we teach you in just in 4 years' time? When you leave the university with a graduation, by that time, a lot of new ideas will come. And some of them which you are practicing and learning now will become obsolete. So you will have to learn by yourself for your whole life if you want to stay in this subject. And you will have to learn by yourself from your friends, from literature, uh, to keep you up to date. So this is a very challenging subject for you, digital marketing. So in this day, we are also celebrating this 92nd birthday of Professor Philip Cutler. I am hearing the name of Professor Philip Cutler for about how many years? Maybe for 15 years, maybe from 1900, sorry, 2011 or about that, when I was the vice chancellor of this university in my first tenure. So he is a very renowned person, and in I think I should mention that there's a coincidence between two things: his dedication for modern marketing through digital technology, and our concentration uh, in here in digital Daffodil International University. You see, he published a book only very recently, Entrepreneurial Marketing, and we have a department that is also new and only of its kind in Bangladesh, and it is innovation and entrepreneurship. So I think this day is very significant for Daffodil International University in that respect. We are also celebrating the birthday, 92nd birthday of a renowned professor who is called the father of marketing, father of digital marketing, perhaps. So it is a nice coincidence, and I welcome our guests from outside the university. I welcome you here. I think you will be immensely benefited through the ideas and discussion, etc., from our learned guests. With these few words, I think I should conclude. You will do your business and you will do more useful learning through our visitors and our guests from Nepal and Bangladesh. And I should take this opportunity also uh, to say a few words about Professor Kotler. I wish a very happy birthday to Professor Philip Kotler and a very long life. So this is my wish for this great uh, professor of marketing. And with these few words, I want to conclude. You enjoy your uh, conference today, and I think I will be leaving soon with a very good luck and best wishes for all our dear smart boys and girls. I hope you will enjoy this thing. And in the end, I was told that there will be a dinner for you. That's very interesting part of it. So enjoy it. So with these few words, uh, I want to say I wish you happiness, peace, prosperity, and good health for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable sir. Sir said he is not a man of marketing, but he actually illustrating the things like as an expert. That is why he is the vice chancellor of this university. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are wait is over. Actually, we're moving to the next part. So before going to that, just let me share a few words about Professor Philip Kotler. So as we know already, he is the father of modern marketing. So let me share his few degrees. He actually received the honorary degrees from the 22 universities, including Stockholm University and University of Zurich, Athens University of Economics and Business, Budapest School of Economics and Administration Science, likewise DePaul universities and many others. He published almost 150 articles and also published 90 books in marketing and other areas as well. So at this time, I would like to request our IT team to start the live session.
because I'm the concept originator of all my book with Philip Kotler, not the textbook, but trade book. Trade book and textbook is very different. Textbook, everything in the textbook, it must be proven already in the past. Yeah? But trade book is our prediction about the future. Like Marketing 6.0, we will publish again. Wiley, US, will publish again. And the marketing just 14th of March this year. But December, they will publish again my other book, Marketing 6.0, as a continuation of 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. And I will continue until 8.0. 6.0 will be meta marketing. I just pick up the frame. I created the framework and I offered to Professor Philip Kotler and the publisher. Once they agree, we sign contract and then somebody will write. I cannot write in English. My English is not good. I never go to US and nobody speak English in Indonesia. We are not Commonwealth country. Even the acting ambassador, I think the English is not perfect. So he said, wow, in Bangladesh, everybody speak English very well, especially in the campus. In the campus of Indonesia, wow, not so many can speak English. So we have the handicap. Yeah, but I'm fighting. Even my English is not good. In 1998, when I met Professor Philip Kotler in Moscow, Asia was in crisis, and Indonesia the most crisis hit country in 1998. Asian crisis, not in Bangladesh. I think Thailand, Korea, Indonesia, and both Indonesia, the most crisis hit country. And I was the president of Asia Pacific Marketing Federation. At that time, it's not AMF, APMF. We changed into AMF with Kotler. We don't need the Pacific anymore because Asia Pacific created by APEC is created by US. I need to collaborate with US professor, but not all must be from US. And now Asia Marketing Federation under Professor Ferhat becoming big and big. Nepal just becoming new country and blah, blah, blah. So Professor Philip Kotler met me in Moscow for the first time, 1998, about
2020 extended apply to charities and non-profit and non-business situation. Kotler popularized the topic as such as STP, social marketing, e-marketing, brand activism, marketing of arts, place marketing, as well as challenges facing capitalism, democracy, and common goods. In 1920, Kotler was voted all-time best three gurus in management and business. He is the most influential business writer in the world. Kotler's contributions are described in, in at least one chapter in every book written and written the gurus of business and management. He continues to be an influential figure in marketing industry and sought after consultant and speaker around the world. And today is the 92nd birthday of Mr. Philip Kotler. We are gathered here in this occasion to wish him happy birthday to Mr. Philip Kotler. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Mujibur Rahman, sir, for introducing Philip Kotler, although we all of us know him as well. And in the first slide of Professor Harmawan, he was showing how artificial intelligence robots are actually changing the rest of the world. So if you notice, for the last 10 years, you can see American-based Boston Dynamics, they're making industrial robots. From England, ABB Robots, already Bangladeshi company Walton introduced ABB Robots in their factory in Chandra. I traveled there. And German-based company Kuka Robots are actually making all the BMW and Mercedes. So robots are coming. And like Robot Sophia, all of you know Robot Sophia. And more updated version of Robot Sophia is Emeka. Robot Emeka has more sophistication. And this type of handsome robotics is making Robot Sophia. So future will be led by robots, AI, and hence marketing. Just look at in our community and across the world. You can see in future, all of the companies will be a tech company. For one thing, remember, all of the companies will be tech company, and they will digitally transform them to save their business, to save the other thing. They will introduce cybersecurity, and actually they will need smart citizen. So other than waiting, I'm just inviting the man who is actually our focus today, Professor Philip Kotler. So he'll be joining from USA, and it is early morning there, I should believe. Yeah. So welcoming Philip Kotler. We wish him a very auspicious birthday to him. Did you connect?
And I'm very happy to have this opportunity to share. This picture you see shows three recent books of mine that it's really about each book was published for entrepreneurial. My view of how marketing is changing is a personal view. So, of people ready to buy those things. We say that's a state of uh, so because there's not enough people uh, into a world of oversupply where there are many competitors making more things than we can actually afford with the level of pay and earnings that people, average people have. So we're in a world of oversupply. And so these companies have to learn something new, not just to make more product, but how to market what they make and make a living, a good margin in what they are selling. So companies turn to advertising agencies to learn marketing. And what they really learned was a distorted view of marketing, as if the whole thing is about an ad, a powerful ad, getting someone suddenly to know about a product, to feel good about that product and buy it. So marketing turns out to be much more than just advertising. And that there was a company had to touch at least four things in what we call their marketing mix. Marketing was more than just promotion and advertising. So the original marketing mix tools were the four P's. It's a coincidence that they all use the letter P at the beginning. Product, price, place, and promotion. Now I, in my 16th edition of marketing management, changed just a 7 set of tools, not a 4 set of tools. And they are, again, product, which was one of them, but we want to separate service out and make it as important as the product. So we give that enough attention. Now, price was always in the 4 P's, but you know, you do a lot of things to move your product beyond that price. Because if want to say a 20% discount if you buy today, or 2 for the price of 1. So the whole field of incentives should be separated from the setting of the normal price. And then we want to not use the word promotion, but the word communication and establish a system covering many channels that can carry a product to the customers. And then I want the word brand to be worked on and built all the time and protected all the time. So if a company works with these 7 ideas, they will have a very good plan, hopefully. And the companies will start with, of course, what we call STP, segmentation, targeting, and positioning. In other words, probably there's only a limited number of people who have any interest in your offering. What segment of to from an analog world to a digital world. We're increasingly recognizing the change. In the past, there were only 2 groups that the company paid attention to: customers and investors. In other words, know your customer so well that they will buy enough of your product so that profits are made, which go to the investors only. But that has been changing from a view of the company. That is, the company maximizes the wealth of the shareholders to a stakeholder view of the company. There's 6 or 7 groups. Holders of the company and work. And then companies are now becoming AI oriented. And we believe that artificial and that companies are getting very analytical and trying to understand the market behavior. Okay, so the world is changing at a fast rate. It's just that adjust that is forming up the countries of the time. Managers focus on existing procedures and you need to also be entrepreneurial. And I'll make more of that point about the difference between being a company with professional marketers, and I say that is not enough. They must also have entrepreneurial marketers, and I'll say more about that. So let's ask 2 things. One is, what are the business characteristics in the post-COVID world? And then we'll turn to what are the customer characteristics. So first with business, I think you will lower price for the same product. Firms are offering. So disruption is something every company has to worry about being replaced by a better offer in some way, either lower cost or more value created. Asking people to sense what the possible disruptors might be because companies collect detailed consumer data and they apply what we call machine learning to produce actionable marketing insights. That's what they to get a better understanding of what prompts a customer to decide instead of the other brand. And we were making progress in getting those things that way. Third, more startups will emerge to consumer marketing. We call it sometimes DC. Made it possible for startup firms to get the names of consumers who have a certain need, and these startups can place their offers directly to consumers who do not have to go to a shop buying a standard product, but who will buy their new startup product. So this and as a result, online sales are growing faster than in-store sales. Is it possible that we won't need stores in the future because everything could be ordered or direct delivery to the consumer? Brand requires more than traditional marketing tools. Yes, advertising is a great input in a brand. target where you know who you want to reach and how to reach them. And companies will move to yeah, will be employee More companies are now believing that some concern about the state of the world might be in their advantage. And we believe that companies will do increasingly more in-house advertising and promotion, and leave it to the advertising agencies to do those things they can't do. In other words, companies will find out there are some parts of preparing a good advertising campaign that they can handle themselves, and then use the ad agencies and promoters what they can't make up in their own company. Let's move on. You know, businesses will have to change their purpose. This, you know, profitability has been the historical purpose of a company. They had the job is to keep building the demand for their products and services. Hopefully, that there would be endless economic growth and job creation. The new issue is this: industrialization increases all the time, and in doing that, it produces more carbon in the world that is warming the planet. And that means people in the worst parts of the world, where near the equator, will find breathing to be impossible. They will flee. They will put pressure on Europe and other places where they can at least avoid this heat and cause great problems in the world. So we should do our best to neutralize industrialization by moving from fossil fuels, which is the basis of our energy system, to non-fossil fuels, to wind and to solar energy and water energy and so on, in which case we would delay and maybe prevent the warming of the planet. So now this means that it's not enough to just pursue profitability. Every decent firm will also try to pursue sustainability along with profitability. And in fact, that calls upon the firm the job of reshaping the consumption of products and the design of products in the interest of saving the planet. I'm not saying that we're going to move to degrowth as a major theme. In other words, the degrowth of population, the degrowth of bigger economies. No, it could be just maybe about slower growth, more rational growth of the world economy. And does sustainability impact profits negatively? I would argue the opposite, that the firms that have taken to heart real sustainability have learned so many things about waste and how to use and reuse the same resources again and again. And those firms are practicing what we call circularity. They are letting resources be used again and again. We say recover, reuse, and recycle existing products and resources. Use water more carefully. Minimize the use of packaging and especially reduce the use of plastics. Use more efficient lighting, heating, and air conditioning, and minimize your driving and flying because it's always producing carbon. So that's a new purpose. At least it adds sustainability to profitability in the hands of business. By the way, in terms of taking a cause, some cause that your company might believe in. We have evidence of many companies that have identified a cause. Avon as a company which sells cosmetics and so on to many, many women, know that women are concerned with the terrible problem of breast cancer and want to support all research that can be done to minimize this kind of event happening to any woman. And they've raised millions and millions of dollars. And the women who shop at Avon know that and appreciate that cause. I won't comment on the others, but we have written books that mention many of the causes and how they've worked out. But moving on, let me say that a company today has three styles of marketing. And remember, the purpose of marketing is to create real value. We're talking about how to create value for others. Marketing 1.0 is the old method where you use your mind to understand the customer. You think you're a customer, so you understand what customers are like, even without research. Your whole focus is on the product that you sell, whether it's an automobile or a refrigerator or a drink or something. And you're going to spend your time messaging the economic value of what you just made for customers because your aim is just profits. That's 1.0 marketing. 2.0 marketing comes more from the heart. You're caring for the customer. You value your employees and other people working with you and for you. And you want to improve social progress for everyone. That's good. That's better than 1.0. And then there's 3.0, which some companies think, to them, it's more than heart, it's spirit. And they are not only value driven, but values driven. They have a set of clear values. Among them is environment. And their goal is human happiness. So the question is, where's your company now? Is it a 1.0 or a 2.0 or 3.0 company? Where do you want your company to be? Now, if you're millennials, you probably want your company to be at least 2.0, if it's only 1.0 in its practice. And why? Because you feel more proud of your company for being caring of the job they're doing. And you would have to spell out the steps you would take to get the company to move from 1.0 to 2.0 or possibly to 3.0. A book that I find very useful to cite, and many of you have already used the book, and I think it's in the second edition now. I wish I had written that book, written by three wonderful scholars, called Firms of Endearment, which is a fancy way to say companies that people love. Firms of Endearment. And the scholars studied companies and found 25 companies that consumers would say, I love that company. They would say, boy, if Coke disappeared, I don't know what I would do. I don't want to drink the other drinks. So in different ways, these were 25 companies. Apple was another company that people said, if Apple disappeared, I don't know what I'm going to do because I have a Mac and I love that company and it's a cell phone and so on. So what they found out is all 25 companies that customers love were stakeholder driven, not shareholder driven, which I alluded to. And these firms of endearment were highly profitable and they outperformed the overall market's performance by a 9-to-1 ratio over a 10-year period. In other words, they outperformed all of their competitors. And at these companies, employees were happier, more motivated, more loyal, more innovative. The suppliers were more profitable and environment improved in all of these communities. So the evidence was that stakeholder capitalism is superior to shareholder capitalism. Now, the interesting thing is all 25 companies shared the following 8 characteristics. First, they said They cared about all the stakeholders. Secondly, the executive salaries were high, but relatively modest in terms of some other companies which really pay so many more times what the average worker paid. Three, the management operated an open door policy. Yes, you can meet me if you have an idea. Don't worry that I'm the boss and you're 3 levels down. I'm even open to hearing from you if you have a great idea. And these companies paid good compensation with good benefits. Their employees were trained longer and the turnover was lower. Even in choosing workers, these companies wanted to choose people who were passionate about creating value for customers. And these companies view the suppliers as very important partners who collaborate on improving productivity and quality and lowering cost. And they believe that their corporate culture is their greatest asset and the primary source of their competitive advantage. Now, finally, and this is something that will blow your mind, their marketing costs were much lower than their peer competitors, while customer satisfaction and retention was much higher. Wow, you mean to say that these companies don't have to spend as much? Why would that be? Well, clearly it's because most of the broadcasting is being done by who? By their satisfied customers, by word of mouth. These companies have created customers who become advocates of the firm and introduce in ordinary conversations. Oh, if you're buying a car, you better look at Car X. That's a great car. So much of the work is done without buying it. Much of it. So we're beginning to realize that in spite of having advertising, in spite of having a sales force, most of the work of creating a strong brand is done by the customers who are so excited by the company that they broadcast for that company. Well, let's move forward. So that I said basically that marketing's role is to be professional cheerleaders in part. There's much more. We want the marketers to be entrepreneurial in the sense of being visionaries, of having a vision of what's possible, always spotting new opportunities, comfortable taking some risks, and trying to build networks around their business that will continue to support the progress of the business. And that the aim of marketing is, of course, to sell the products, but in the broader way, it's to improve lives and the well-being of customers, employees, investors, and other stakeholders. Sometimes that's called servant leadership, that you can be proud of service to others because by performing good service, you're really serving yourself as well. So the role of marketing, let's look at it more closely. Marketing is clearly a driving force in an economy. First, it shapes the rate of economic growth. I would guess that an economy without marketers would grow slower. Secondly, marketing determines the mix of the society's products and services, because not only do companies make what is needed, but they often visualize what would add value even if they were not in these products were not in existence. I mean, Steve Jobs said he's not making this thing he called a cell phone because people knew about it and asked for it. No, he wasn't meeting a need. He was offering something that when noticed by consumers, they will appreciate how much help that cell phone will be in conducting their own lives and affairs. So we sometimes say marketing is not only market driven, but may be market driving. I'll say more about that shortly. Now, marketing can be run in a society in two ways. The society, like the American society, might say companies are free to determine their products, prices, places, and promotion as they wish. Free. That's called a free state of marketing with very little regulation and so on. Or the government may set a lot of rules to guide marketers to make the right decisions. The rules could be very restrictive or they could be very broad. I created the following rules that might guide marketing practice in the society, and why not say products should create no harm. I mean, which means that we should have look at cigarettes and so on and wonder whether we should allow them to be so promoted because they do cause heart attacks, cancer, and other bad things. So I think it's reasonable that the society makes a determination that certain products have to be eliminated because they create harm. Prices of basic needed products should not be excessive for low-income people. I mean, bread, everyone needs bread for survival, and if the prices of bread keeps going up, it puts such pressure on low-income people. So a good society would make sure that basic needed products by low-income people are affordable. Not only that these basic needed products are available to every location where there are low-income people. And that promotion should be truthful and not high pressure or all the time high pressure. It should be truthful and effective. And a brand should not attack other brands so much as focus on its own virtues. And one can develop a set of rules for a nation that's starting out to want to guide marketing practice. These would be some of the rules. But what is marketing today? Marketing has become applied economics. So that's its father, economics. But it's a mix also of social science and the economic theory and organizational theory. And that was what I set out to do in my 1967 book, Marketing Management, to make marketing based on these foundations. And it's a force that shapes our wants and lifestyles. And it undergoes continuous change. To show that, I use a story that happened. A CEO heard me give a talk and came up to me afterwards, and he had a copy of my book, but what book? The 1967 textbook that I wrote at that time called Marketing Management. And he says, I learned a lot from the book. I still use it. Would you sign it? I said to the CEO, are you still using it? The 1967 marketing? He says, yes, I look up things that happen and find it helpful. I said, you know, marketing has changed so much since 67. In fact, I'm on my 16th edition. He says, are you trying to sell me another book? I said, yes, because if you want to know anything about brand equity or about digital marketing or things that really count today, you've got to recognize that marketing is not the same as geometry. I could teach you geometry that was taught back 2,000 years ago and there would be no change in the subject. But marketing changes every period. In fact, we wrote a book called Marketing 4.0, then Marketing 5.0. We're now working on Marketing 6.0 because every few years new things happen. Anyways, and another thing about the future of marketing, buyers will be able to select best brands without resorting to advertising or salespeople. Increasingly, although marketing traditionally is about some advertising and salespeople, we know that the consumers are able to get so much information before or wanting any advertising or salespeople. Marketing success will depend mostly on smart pricing strong branding, and owning dominant channels of distribution. Marketing creativity will be crucial to achieving marketing success. Innovate or die. Marketers will make more use of customer journey map, personas marketing, creating artificial personas to help the copywriters know who they're trying to reach. More content marketing and more use of influencers, because in the digital age, there are some people who have thousands or maybe millions of followers. Boy, if we can get them to use our product visibly, then many of the followers want to be using what the people they like so much are using. And then marketers will use predictive analytics and machine learning to identify and convert the best prospects. So what about government and all this? Remember, I said there were 4 groups. Government is one of them. And we can't answer the future. There are different systems. We could be in a system of unregulated free market competition, which was highly the form we operated in for so many years. Some regulations, but mostly free market competition and capitalism. American stakeholder capitalism may get strong with regulations and social responsibilities. I think we're moving in that direction from free market capitalism. I happen to favor Nordic capitalism, which believes that certain areas should be public, available to the public in an affordable way. For example, free education, free college education, rather than such the family with 3 children, each facing a college education of $200,000 makes it almost impossible for the earnings of the person to afford that. Nordic capitalism, what's done in Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, and Iceland, they charge more to the rich people in the society, a higher income tax, and they have enough money to make college education freer or less expensive, and also to the health. Everyone is covered in their health needs at a much lower cost because more money is raised for these public sector needs. And then we have to worry about moving into a system where the authorities are more authoritarian and democracy melts into what is fascism. And people are told what books you can read and not read. And they're telling women that the women cannot make the choice of what to do with their bodies. That will have to be a government decision. And if they're pregnant, they're going to have to deliver on that pregnancy all the way, even if they were raped, things like that. So we have to be sure we're preserving the right government for carrying out our marketing. And I'm going to leave with this slide because I use it in the human H2H book. There's 3 types of bad marketing. Don't do unethical marketing. It'll backfire on you if you do. And don't do a lot of wasteful marketing of steps that you take that don't add up to anything. And then there's some of your marketing which is inane. It's kind of silly. You know, you're shouting sales talks and all that. Is it working really? Do H-to-H marketing. Do it people to people. Good people caring about other people. Wanting both sides to be winners. Every transaction should produce 2 winners, the buyer and the seller. And so I want to leave you with this message, and I'm very serious about it. Within 5 years, and I'm talking about your company, if you're in the same business as you are in now, you're going to be out of business. things are changing all the time. And by the way, it's not only profitability that you should be good at. If you don't add sustainability, you will definitely be out of business in the next years. Thank you very much. I know I said a lot of things and I hope you took some notes, but I think marketing adds great value to any economy. And I'd like to describe some of the aspects that make your marketing great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Philip Kotler, for your wonderful insights about marketing and the future.
So may I
now
request?
it is time to celebrate.
Thank you very much for your wonderful celebration. এই সেলিব্রেশনটার মিনিংটা আসলে কি? Okay, thank you very much. So we are moving to the next part. So may I request our IT team to switch the yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, now this is the time to celebrate the 92nd birthday of Philip Kotler. So we'll celebrate by cutting the cake. So I would like to request our honorable Dean sir and our guest to take a cut this cake and to celebrate. Okay, thank you very much. Please take your seat. I would like to request our technical team live off করেছে